Greetings and salutations, my good friends. What another incredible day in the market with our stocks that we're buying. And I think everyone's on the same page and buying the same stocks. And let's do another Trump dance. It's second day in a row with a Trump dance. I mean, can you believe that? Who knew? Listen, if you're buying any of these stocks that I yap my mouth about, but a lot of people are talking about these stocks here. But they're doing phenomenal. I mean, it's just if one's having a rough day, the other one's picking up the slack here and running. So let's talk about what's going on here with three particular stocks, one in which I just talked about yesterday, so I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I want to show a pattern that's going on with that. So with Trump Media being that stock, I'll go right into it because I think it's pretty obvious. I just talked about this last night, so I don't want to sound like a broken record if somebody's like, oh my God, I just heard him talk about this real fast. Real fast. Okay, so Trump Media here, okay? Trump Media is still going up. Now we're at $35, okay? So I have been so far completely wrong about this stock after the election here, okay? Up to the election, I did pretty good calling it, at least for myself, what I thought the stock was going to do, and it pretty much followed the progression of what I thought it was going to do, a creature of habit. I was expecting a little more out of it, but what we got, I think we were all satisfied. So now what's happening? What I thought was going to happen, I thought the stock would sell off more. I thought, DJT here, Trump Media Technology Group, would sell off to about $20 to $18. Problem with that is we're seeing a huge wall right now at 28, and under. I mean, people are not letting go. They're not selling the stock, okay? Now, it's hard to say because there hasn't been too many rough days in the market since the election. I mean, the bad days in the market really haven't been that devastating. I mean, they're still like high of high days compared to what we were dealing with even 4 months ago. So with that, Trump Media here, why do I have sell at 123? So obviously, the inauguration is January 20th, okay? Problem with January 20th, that's Martin Luther King Day. Markets, regardless, will be closed that day. So, week before, I suspect Trump Media here, regardless, will be running pretty heavy here. It will be running. People will be buying in. Now, after the inauguration here, that's going to be the real kicker. I mean, personally, I will not be in this stock. After the inauguration, I will, like the day after when the market opens back up, I will sell that day, or I've already sold the week prior, depending on I don't know where we're going to be at right now. Week before the inauguration, maybe this stock will be at somewhere like a 50 low to a 70 high. I don't know. Obviously, I'm projecting some pretty big numbers here. Now, does that mean it's going to happen? No. But if this stock ever had a moment to be very safe, run high, have all the attention, everyone just like chum, it's just chum in the water right now with sharks everywhere around the boat, this is going to be the moment for this stock, okay? It will never have this high of high again, I guarantee you, okay? It is Trump Day, it's Trump Media Day, so that week of, this stock will probably do the best numbers it has done. That is what I am expecting. Now, with that, obviously I'm saying sell. Why am I saying sell? Because I think there will be the highs of highs that this stock will have trouble capturing once again after January 21st. And then people will get caught. Okay, so that's why it's so important, and we might be seeing it happening right now. I think it could be happening. It's still a little too soon to tell. I thought more of this would start towards the end of December with this build up, but we're just in the beginning of December, and we're starting to see build up in the stock. That's why it's so interesting right now. It's really I'm such a nerd with stocks. Like, this is really just capturing my attention right now. The stock is building up again. Now, this could fall apart. The stock could sell off tomorrow to around, $30 again, $31. It's done it plenty before. But if it holds that $30, $28 range, it's still a really strong indication that that wall is not breaking down right now. What could be happening here is that people are just FOMO's trickling in once again. People are like, it's not going down. I'm just going to start buying it up. I just want to put $100 here, $1,000 here. Maybe get $20, and you're like, well, I'm just gonna at least I'll make a little bit more money here towards the end of January. Okay, that might be the progression that is happening right now. Okay, so obviously, like I said sell. Personally, that's me because I am very confident. I've been watching this stock for years now. Okay. And when I say years, I'm talking about even when this was like before it merged with Digital World Acquisition. I've been here a while yapping my lips about this stock. Okay, I've been waiting for this freaking day for a long time. So like I'm the guy in the basement, scratching his head, drinking the juice here. The January 20th thing, January 21st or the week prior, this is the moment I think a lot of us have been waiting for, okay? So this should and could bring the biggest highs of this stock. Now, obviously, you should look at that not as like, well, I'm going to hold it because I think the stock will do really well after that. I would be careful and don't be naive thinking that, okay? I don't say that to be mean. I swear I don't. But you have to realize if there was ever a moment for this stock to do very well on FOMO and hype, and you're buying in now, and then everyone else is coming in here and buying it towards the end of December and in the beginning of January, they're going to run the stock up. Okay, they're going to run the stock up. So that's why I'm saying a lot of people, if they're buying right now, they're going to be a massive profit zone by January 10th. Okay, the stock could be rolling by then. It's hard to say, but I do think either way, close to the inauguration here, this stock will be rolling. And you should be looking at that week after, around that time, as payday. You should be looking at this as like, I'm going to take my reward and walk away for a moment. Don't get caught in FOMO. Don't get caught in a greedy situation. Don't get caught in a naive situation. Do not be naive that this stock is going to stay at like $60 to $80 here all of 2025. That is insanity. Now, on that topic and on that conversation, I'm talking about this way too long. I'm sorry. In that situation, the stock will sell off. After January, this stock will sell off. Now, will it sell off to 30, 20 bucks? I suspect it will sell off to at least 20 some bucks because stuff sells off, okay? And that's okay. That's okay. Now, the survival of this stock, this company right now, is good. Trump won the election. We can breathe. We can go, okay. So we're in a situation where I somewhat think that 2025 could be a very violent and up and down situation for Trump media here, where it could be $20 one week, be $30 the next week, and then be $15 one week, and then a few days later be $25 one week. I think it's just going to depend on Trump, what he's doing, what he's saying, how he's being portrayed. I think the stock is going to... I somewhat think the stock is going to react like how Tesla reacts to Elon Musk talking. Now, obviously, that doesn't go on as much anymore with Elon and Tesla. It does somewhat. But used to... Tesla was very, very on the pulse of Elon's mouth, if you remember this years back. And this is when Tesla was a little bit cheaper too, and it was a little more affordable for the common person. Tesla would, and too, before Elon got in so much trouble with the FCC and constantly got trouble, fined. He doesn't really say things like this anymore. But Elon would talk about Tesla. He would about the stock and stuff like that. Now, I don't know that Trump is going to do this necessarily, but I would not be shocked to see Trump promote Trump media to talk about it in 2025, which would hype the stock up. Now, is the FCC going to come after the two-time president here? I don't know. I don't know. So, listen, I'm thinking of all the situations that could happen here. That's why when people come in here and rip me apart in the comments saying, I can't believe you're telling people to buy this junk. Listen, everyone here's a big boy, big girl here. Do what you want to do. What I'm saying is there's going to be a huge push up here in January. Second thing I'm saying is 2025 may not be that bad with this stock. Now, obviously, the stock, it's a very new company. They're not making billions and millions of dollars, okay? It's all hype. Still, 2025 is all hype. Yes, there's deals out there. There's things that could be happening, but Still, the hype of the stock, the valuation of the stock is not going to catch up to the hype of the stock in 2025. Does that make sense? That should be a sticker. That's my t-shirt right there. The hype of the stock is not going to catch up to the valuation of the stock. The valuation of the stock is not going to catch up to the hype of the stock, okay? Meaning that it's a new company. It's not making a ton of money right now. But people know that it's highly manipulated. They can push it. It's a good money maker. It's got a lot of wiggle room in it. And you can get your money in and out of it pretty easy depending on where you're buying in and buying out, selling out. So friends, I'm going to shut up now. I spoke on it way too much. I'm sorry. Here come the comments. Okay, let's go right into let's just talk about Sofi for one moment, then I'll go into SoundHound. Sofi. Okay, Sofi. I don't have really anything new to say about Sofi, other than I just talked about Sofi, obviously, but I'm still very incredibly bullish on Sofi, okay? I swear I'm bullish on it. Sofi is going to $20 here. If you look at a chart, look at this 1 month chart here, okay? Even when we're having sell-off, it's not really sell-off. It's just a little pullback, and then what does Sofi do? It comes back and it takes a little more, just takes a little more. Every time it sells off, it comes back a little more aggressive. And then it'll sell off a little more and then come back even more aggressive, okay? That's why we're now in a 16 middle range here, okay? We're going to be in 17 soon. If we hit 17, when we hit 17, 18, it's wild that people are still out there going like, it's going back to $8. Somebody literally just said that. And I'm like, did you even see the deal, the deals, what's happened, like everything? And listen, don't forget, I think it's December 18th. Jerome Powell will be coming out here talking about the rate cuts. We're expecting rate cuts. We're hoping for rate cuts. They should be doing rate cuts, which Sofi will react to that. Sofi will love that. Sofi wants rate cuts. That's what it's looking for. So I've seen people ask me this. Do I still think that Sofi is in a good buy position? Friends, if you're holding Sofi for the next 5-10 years, yes, Sofi is going to make you rich over time. I look at Sofi in the same kind of category. I look at Palantir, where just buy it, put it in the corner, come back to it in a few years, okay? You'll be thanking everybody. $16, you're going to be begging that you could buy Sofi at $16 this time next year, okay? Think about it that way. Sofi, once we get to 20, then we're getting into some big money. Okay, then we're talking about 25. I think that Sofi will be at $30 at least almost at it, if not over it, by the summer of 2025. I think we will be there. Wells Fargo analysts just released a statement, I think it was today or yesterday, where they said they suspect here in 2025 the S&P 500 will easily break over 7,000. So they expect all of 2025 to be incredibly bullish in the market, which is a completely different freaking conversation compared to what we were saying just 2 months ago when we were expecting a recession. Everything bad was happening. So I don't know. At this point, I'm just shutting up and I'm just buying stocks, and I'm just trying to put my money in good fundamental companies that will do well even in a crash in the market, okay? Now, obviously, there's some other stocks like BBAI, Big Bear here, that a little more risky, but I've already talked about them. But I do want to say this. I'm starting a position in Big Bear here, so I told you I would tell you, and that's what I'm doing. Please do your own research. Don't put money in that company just because I'm yapping about it. There's a lot of work that has to be done with that company and that stock, and it's going to probably be a slow progression, a nail biter, so that's what I'll say about that. But friends, Sofi's doing great, okay? Like, don't be scared here. You're going to be looking at 17 soon. If Sofi sold off to 14, consider it a blessing. Consider it a blessing. Okay, buy more of it. SoundHound. I listen, this is like my child, okay? Like, I look at SoundHound as my child. I was on here yapping my gums about SoundHound months ago in the summer, where I was like, please look at this AI stock, people. Please look at this AI stock. It's only $3. NVIDIA loves it. They've invested a bunch of money in it. It has huge potential. They're supposed to double, maybe triple their numbers into 2025. And maybe people listen. I don't know. SoundHound now is at double-digit number. It's such a good feeling to know that research and all that stuff actually pays off when you take the time to get into a stock, okay? And this is a situation with SoundHound here where we're expecting it to grow a lot more, okay? So with that, SoundHound is in this position right now where SoundHound has just hit the ultimate high. It's never been at $10. It hit $10 today. And SoundHound is new to the market here. So, and SoundHound also is in a situation where it's not totally out of the weeds when it comes to being out of debt. They've still got debt. They've got to get paid off. But reason why SoundHound, a few reasons why SoundHound is growing here. There's a lot more good news than bad news. That's why you're seeing crazy progression right now in the stock price. So, I said the road to 15 to 20. I do think that is coming here in 2025, and that would be a huge, significant run. Listen, 30 days ago, I was telling people about SoundHound that it was going to $10 to $15, and people were writing comments. Not everybody, but I saw you. Were writing extremely. That was my Trump impersonation. I saw you. We're writing comments like, "There's no way, you don't know what you're talking about. That you're leading people astray. I can't believe you're telling people to buy this dumb AI company." Okay, listen. Why would I want to buy at the high? Why would I want to buy an AI company when everyone else is buying it? Now, obviously, I still think SoundHound has a lot wiggle room here, a lot more to go, but it's still in a very, very young stage. It's in a very, very young, youthful stage, okay? So the road to 15 to 20, it's doing it right now. The curious part about SoundHound is that, is there a settle right now? Is it going to settle? We've seen SoundHound run up. It did in the beginning of the year, ran up to $8, but it only did that because that was the first initial investment that NVIDIA did, okay? So that's when everybody went, what's SoundHound? NVIDIA just invested X amount of money in them. Everyone was like, oh, okay. SoundHound sold off back to I think it even went to high $2 range for a split second during the summer. Then went back to 3, played around 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and now 5. And then it went to 5 to 6, and people were like, this is never going to last. Even I was going I don't know that's going to make much more than $7, $8. Now it's at $10, okay? So SoundHound, yes, could be a little more on the expensive side. And I'm going to pull a Jim Cramer here, and I'm going to say I think it's going to sell back down to around $7 to $8. And that hurts me to say that because I love SoundHound. But the other part of me goes too is SoundHound's got a lot of heat right now. It's in the zeitgeist. People are looking at it. They want it. It's got a lot of attention. Not to mention, here comes the good things that I'm about to say. Bullet points. NVIDIA just month ago now, put a bunch more money. They doubled down on their investment in SoundHound. SoundHound here, I'll put this thing up here so you can see it. SoundHound has been capturing deals. They're still expected to double, maybe triple their revenue for next year. And obviously when we're talking about 175 million for 2025. Obviously, that's not a ton of money when we're talking about AI stocks. Okay, I completely understand that. But for SoundHound, a very new to the scene, to the game, potentially could get out of debt, here in 2025, maybe by 2026, that's a pretty big deal, okay? But obviously, too, SoundHound is progressing so much because they're capturing deals. They're capturing a lot of deals, and that is going to drive up revenue very, very significantly right now. And that's why, people are paying attention to it. Not to mention that voice, this too is that, SoundHound obviously is an AI company, but voice automated AI is really starting to get more in people's ear right now. It's really taken off, and SoundHound is right in that conversation right now. When that comes to that conversation, that's why another reason, SoundHound, their name keeps coming up here. So, I mean, honestly, I think even SoundHound at $10, if you're looking at 6 months to a year from now, if you're holding on to this for the long term, I don't think $10 is really anything for the stock. But yes, SoundHound still is in a place where I think SoundHound, like I just said before, about DJT here, I think SoundHound is going to run past in FOMO. I think SoundHound is going to be one of those stocks where it's going to have more FOMO wrapped around it, in the sense of like, it's overvalued. It's kind of like Palantir in a sense. There's a reason why you're paying so much money. You're paying you're essentially, paying over $70 a share here for Palantir, because people know what's coming. They know it's just going to get more expensive. They know the deals are getting bigger, the quarterlies are getting bigger, and that's what's happening here with SoundHound. We know what's coming. We know the quarterlies are going to get bigger. We know the business outlook is going to get bigger. We know people wanting it. It's going to grow. And that's the fear, and why people are buying it right now, and why it's growing so rapidly. So, listen, I said this months ago. You can go back and look at me yapping about this. I said that SoundHound is going to be the dark horse of 2025, okay? And it's proven it. Essentially, it's looking that way. Who knows what it could be by the summer? I don't want to say anything crazy, because, I was saying $10 just a few months ago, and people were calling me crazy. So now it's at $10, and now I'm looking at $15 to $20. So listen, friends, I read the comments. I can't get to all of them. I'm so happy for everyone that's doing well in this market. I do believe that 2025 is going to be good to us. I believe it's going to be a hell of a year in the market. I believe that we are about to have gains that we have never seen before in this market. I think that AI is about to run this market really hard again this year. I think that NVIDIA, Palantir, a lot of these undergrads, when it comes to AI stocks, are going to continue to help push up and grow, like SoundHound here. BBAI, we're hoping for a really good year with that stock. It's still a very, very, we'll see what happens with it, but that's a chance. That's a lottery ticket right now. We're taking a chance that things are going to really progress in that company, okay? And I don't say that to say, like, I obviously like the company. I'm putting my own freaking money in the company. But I say that as in, like, there's still a lot of work that has to be done with that company, BBAI, Big Bear AI, because they've got debt. And they need bigger contracts. They need more contracts. So that's why listen, I just don't want to come out here and say, like, you need to buy. Why do I buy this stuff? Why am I buying SoFi? Because SoFi is growing so rapidly. Deals, Zeitgeist, everything. SoundHound, why am I buying it? Because it's growing at a crazy rate. It's going to take off here in 2025 with AI boom. Artificial intelligence, sound audio. DJT here. We know it's coming in January. It's going to pop anywhere from 60 to maybe 80, maybe more. Maybe it might be a triple digit number. So, friends, I wish you all the well. I'm going to try to add some new stocks here to talk about. I know people probably get tired of me talking about a lot of the same things, but the stocks that I'm talking about, thank God they're doing really well. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen here in January. I'm so curious. What is going to happen here? What is going to unfold? Friends, I love making money with you. We will talk soon. Everyone have a wonderful day, wonderful night, wonderful morning whenever you're listening to me. And happy Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I will talk to you soon. I just burped. I'm sorry. I just drank a lot of coffee. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.